Hi, welcome to Foreplay Fitness, where your workout always comes first. I'm Kelly, and we're here to do some stretches for your whole body that will also help some pelvic floor issues. So all these stretches are coming from a book, and I'll put those links in the comments. I highly recommend that you check it out. Let's get started. So our first stretch is going to be Happy Baby. For Happy Baby, we are on the floor. You can use a towel around your feet if you need to. The goal is to get your elbows as close to your armpits as you can. Okay? So each stretch we're going to hold 30 to 60 seconds. And ideally this would be part of a stretching program that's 2 to 3 times a day. If you have any questions, always talk to your healthcare provider. And while we do these stretches, just take notice, are you squeezing your pelvic floor? If so, take a deep breath and mentally relax your pelvic floor. Chances are you might be squeezing and you don't even realize it. A lot of women do that all day. It can be a tendency after surgery, C-sections, any abdominal surgery, any trauma. It can be a response to a lot of things. So let's take a few more seconds. You can also twist a little bit if you like in this pose. We're stretching our inner thighs. You can hook onto your toes if you want instead, and pull down. And from here, we're going to come into a number 4 stretch. So one ankle over the knee, and then pull that hamstring in. If you sit a lot, this is a fantastic stretch to do. It's stretching the lower part of your back called the QL muscle. And a lot of times when that's tight, it can pull up and stress the pelvic floor even more. So we're relaxing some of the muscles around the pelvic floor so that the pelvic floor can actually relax and do its job. So once again, every stretch is 30 to 60 seconds. And just take notice, when we do things that are different sides, which side needs it more? Which side feels it better? Or maybe there's one side that takes a little longer for you to connect to. Just take notice. All right, we'll switch. So make sure you're doing your deep breathing. Really pull in. Do you feel it right here in your hamstring and your glute? A fantastic stretch. You can also do this in a chair. If you're at work, you can cross one leg over and lean forward. Same thing, just in a different plane. It's a fantastic stretch. About 10 more seconds. All right, we're going to come up to seated. We're going to lift one arm up. We're going to keep this hip on the floor, and we're going to lean over. And I misspoke earlier. This is the stretch for the QL for the lower back. Now, keeping this hip on the floor, how far over can you go? And it's okay if you're here. Keep the hip on the floor so the right things are stretching. And take note, are you lifting your pelvic floor? If you are, go ahead and relax it. It's okay to relax. A few more breaths. And we'll switch. And just take note, one side may be easier than the other. Keep this hip on the floor. And you can do this standing as well. About 10 more seconds. Maybe can you go a little further? All right, our next stretch, go ahead and you might need a towel or a yoga mat. You're going to fold it over. I'm on a rug, so that makes a big difference. We're going to do a hip flexor stretch. So what I would like to see is lean forward into it. You can put a mat under your knee if you need to. You can put your hands here if you want. Ideally, we're here. You can even add a little back bend, look up. And you should feel it right here. This is tight for a lot of people. We sit a lot. And if you find that you're tightening your pelvic floor, take a deep breath and relax it. And see if you can go a little further. Look at you. Good job. All right, we're going to switch sides. Other foot comes forward, leaning on it. There we go. You can be here if you need to. Otherwise, here or here, you can look up. And relax the pelvic floor. Chances are you might be tightening it in this stretch particularly. I find a lot of women, this is a more difficult stretch, and a lot of women want to lift their pelvic floor. So go ahead and relax it. There you go. Can you go a little further? All right. We're going to come on up, we're going to come down, and this move is called frog. So I'm on my toes, my knees are wide apart. You can kind of wiggle here if you like, and we're going to come down to open, and then the bonus, tilting a foot out. There it is. So this one's more of a flow. Frog. Knees to floor, toe comes out. This is all kinds of hips, inner thighs, pelvic floor. If you feel like this is enough right here, that's more than enough. At your own pace. Here it is. This is one of my favorites, actually. You're also getting your feet. If you have tight pelvic floor, chances are you might have a tight jaw or tight feet. They tend to go hand in hand. Here we go. Last one. Oh, that feels so good. Wiggle those hips. Coming forward. There we are. Since we're here, we'll come back down to Cobra. See, here we go. Elbows close to our sides, pointed toes. Come on up. Relax your pelvic floor. Chances are when you came here, you tightened it. So relax your pelvic floor, push up, and breathe. And you can rotate this or flow this right into child's pose. Wide knees, come on back. Come on forward to Cobra. And back to child's pose. All right, and I've saved my least favorite for last. You're welcome. We're going to have one foot out, hands come up. We're going to reach for that foot as close as we can. Whether you're holding onto the knee or the calf, you can hold a towel, put it around your foot, reach for whatever you can. You can have both reaching out, or you can modify like this, that's fine. A lot of us have tight hamstrings. Once again, that's from sitting a lot of the day. So what they recommend is 150 minutes a week of cardiovascular activity, stretching several times a week as well. I've also read some studies, I'm just backing up a little bit. I've also read some studies that show regular stretching can alleviate a lot of aches and pains that are associated with just aging in general. So stretching is really good, whether you have pelvic floor issues or not. All right, and we'll switch our feet. Once again, reach for the thigh, the knee, the calf. You can have a towel, hold it over your foot. You can reach for whatever you can reach. And relax your pelvic floor. Chances are you might be tightening it right now that you're stretching. Take a deep breath and see if you can go a little further. Just basic stretches. You can do most of these in your bed. You don't even have to get up in the morning or right next to your bed. Fantastic stretches to do every day. So once again, these stretches are for pelvic floor health. You can do them for 30 to 60 seconds each, ideally 2 or 3 times a day. And always talk to your healthcare provider if you have any specific issues or questions, or would like specific guidance for you. And thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining Foreplay Fitness, where your workout always comes first. I hope to see you again soon. And until then, love yourself and love your workout. Thanks.